And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us here this evening. So we got a big show planned for you, all kinds of great stuff that we're going to get into tonight. Representing the upstate, even though his team is in the middle, it's confusing. He is Carolina Jackpot. Jackpot, what's up, brother?
What's going on? Glad to be here today, this evening, rather. Nice day today outside. Had to be the nicest day of the year so far. Got to spend some time outdoors. I hope everybody on here did that. Enjoyed your favorite outdoor activities because, there can only be so much sunshine in 2021. It's bound to go under and give us 3 or 4 more days of fucking rain. So look forward to that.
We normally talk sports, but why don't you give us your weather report there, Jackpot?
Well, I just did.
Fair enough. We're off to a rolling start tonight, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about a couple different things. Some kid was running his mouth to Cam Newton today. I wanted to play that clip. That's kind of funny and kind of sad all at the same time. There's a couple of SEC baseball notes that I wanted to go over today that kind of made me laugh. And what else can we get into? I want to talk about Jackpot's video he made last night that was really good. And what happened to Jackpot on Wednesday? Yeah, buddy. You haven't told me the full story yet. You told me pieces of it. And I have to admit, it is the most Carolina Jackpot story ever. It's probably a lot more boring than what I think it is. But we'll go over that in just a moment. Let's thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com, retro video games, ice cold beer, good food, and some good wings there too at Callaway's. Find them online at Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. They got a big fundraiser they're having on March I want to say it's the 13th. There's a young man that was born with an esophagus issue, and they're raising some money to help that young man. We'll bring that info out if you guys want to support that. Get some spaghetti and help this little young fellow with his medical bills. We'll talk about that later on. Also, DNC Trucking and Transport, the man who is single-handedly trying to save Texas himself, Jackpot, as he is taking supplies to the folks in Texas. That would be Dennis Wilson from DNC Trucking and Transport.
Because of what? Can they not get around in the snow or what? I mean, is it like
I don't
power out or what?
They had no water for a while, and it's just Texas is a real shithole right now is the best way that I can do it.
Well, they're not very well. I'm not trying to be ugly here, but to be such a big state and so much money, they're not very well prepared whenever they have a natural disaster. It's a damn disaster.
I wonder if Texas A&M fan will call in tonight and tell us the state of Texas is okay. Jimbo Fisher is awesome. Look at his belt buckle. That's probably going to happen tonight.
I haven't heard from him in a while. I haven't heard from him.
Jackpot, he might be buried in the damn snow.
Well, no. Goddamn, I didn't hear from him probably after November. I haven't heard from him. So there wasn't any snow there then. I don't know what happened to Texas A&M fan. I guess you can count the time that Jerome called in and pretended to be him, right? Well, now that counts.
Phones for that. That does count, but oh God, now see, Lisa's making me feel bad. They found a child frozen in a trailer. Look, we don't want anybody to have ill will happen to them in Texas. It's not like that. We're not out here casting, hoping people freeze to death. We're not doing that. One of our title sponsors for the show, Dennis Wilson, is actually delivering goods down there to them, and that's as real as we can get. So there's that for you. So we're just mocking Texas A&M fan. That's all. So anyway, hopefully we'll have him. Maybe he'll call in tonight. That'd be kind of fun.
We need to get some more people. People call in, call the show. We need to get some usage out of these damn phone lines. They're getting down. I don't know that how things when they don't get used, they tend to grow weary and
they get dust on them.
They get dust on them. There you go. So we need to use those phone lines. We can't just call in during football season. Hell, call in, talk shit. It doesn't matter.
Well, I would like to hear from LSU fans tonight who lost to Air Force. They lost to the Air Force Academy. I didn't know the Air Force Academy had a baseball team. Not mocking them, just didn't know it. They went down to LSU and took a game from them. So LSU fans, feel free to call and tell us how your season's not going to be shitty.
Yeah, they did. They made the College World Series. They were the only military academy that's ever made the College World Series. You didn't know that?
The Citadel made it one time.
They're not really considered like one of the 3 military academies, though. But yeah.
Well, slow down now. The Citadel cadets helped start the Civil War, sir.
I know what the hell they did. I don't need a damn history lesson. I know what they done. They're not considered one of the big 3. Okay, they're not Army, Navy, Air Force. They don't compete for the commanders in chief.
I will not sit on this program tonight and have you downgrade, by God, the good fine name of the Citadel on this program, sir. You will apologize.
I will not.
You will.
All thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read the script right here. That's the only thing that I'll be forced to do that I don't want them to do.
Well, then you read the script from our fine friend Dennis Wilson from DNC Trucking and Transport.
All right. This one's different. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Tennessee has beaten my program in the following: 2 times in football, baseball, women's hoops, men's hoops. We need Shane Beamer to be a home run hire. It's been 2,273 days since my team has beaten Clemson on the football field. Remember, it sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
Fuck him. I don't ever want to see the motherfucker again.
There you go.
Where do y'all get that shit from? Do you have some kind of damn app where you plug a date in and calculate how many days it's been since that date?
Well, what you do, sir, is that I looked it up one time and then I just wrote it down and I keep adding days to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Audition. No, you can tell I don't have a lot of experience with it, so.
That's your own fault there, brother. Well, since we asked for calls, put the phone number up now. It's 803-470-2905. I would love to hear from some fans, especially, Jackpot, can we hear from Florida fans tonight? Florida, they invented baseball, but little old Miami from the ACC went in and took 2 out of 3 from them. Boom, boom, boom. How does that happen? I mean, I thought
Miami's been good in baseball before, though.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember when they were in the College World Series quite a few times.
There's our first phone call of the evening. Here we go. Good evening. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. What's up?
Nothing much. How are you doing?
How are you? What have you got for the program this evening?
I'm good. So I know this is like getting old, but Tennessee has lost another player in the 2021 class. Can you believe that? Like, it is getting bad over there.
Yeah, but they don't really need all these players. I mean, they're whipping South Carolina every chance they get. They're even tweeting out about it. They claim they rule the roost. I didn't make that up. Tennessee did. They rule the roost, Kale.
Yeah. Well. I saw that somewhere.
It's so weird because all the times I remember South Carolina usually beats them, but Tennessee, South Carolina is a great game to watch these days.
In what? Because Tennessee's been winning all of them. Which one do you think the Gamecocks will break the streak in first?
I do think they'll, if it's at South Carolina, I think they'll break it soon. But
yeah, but which sport are you going? Women's hoops, men's hoops, baseball, or football? Football. So you think it's going to be football? So hopefully for Don Staley's Gamecocks, they don't run into them in the SEC tournament. I think Frank Martin's boys have given up. He finally has transformed completely into Uncle Fester. thanks to this team that has pushed him over the edge. And what? He looks like Uncle Fester, Jackpot. If I pull up a picture of him right now and I just make it a black and white picture, he looks like Uncle Fester. Frank Martin came here.
He looks more like Lurch, but anyway.
No, he looks like Uncle Fester. When he came here, he looked like he could be on Miami Vice. Had the nice crisp suits, had his hair slicked back and looking good. He's on the sidelines yelling at him and losing his shit. Now,
hair slicked back. I thought you were fixing to bust into the Honky Tonk Man's theme song.
I should have. He's got his hair slicked back. But I mean, Frank Martin went from looking
to your town in his pink Cadillac.
That's true, but he looked great. Now this team has beaten him to a point where he looks like Uncle Fester. I mean, he really does.
No, I can't. I got nothing. I mean, I have no rebuttal to that. I went last Saturday night and the weather outside was not exactly fucking outstanding. I mean, which has nothing to do with an indoor sport, but I mean, I think the crowd was just dead, and I know there's only 1,000 people there or whatever, 1,500, whatever, but they could still make some damn noise and be a little bit rowdy. They were not; they were dead. The scoreboard flashed up there in the middle of the second half, make some noise. I mean, and it was like it was a joke. I mean, it really was. They're piping in that crowd noise too. It's really fucking annoying. That damn shit almost gave me a panic attack.
Buddy?
Not that I could think of.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you calling, man. You're always welcome. Thank you so much. All right. Phone lines are open, 803-470-2905. Someone sent us a text message. The text message says, my ECU is going 14-1. Okay. Another call coming in here. Good evening. Welcome into the program. Hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
This is Samuel Pace, the guy who keeps saying my ECU Pirates is going 14.
Okay, all right. Slow down for just a second, sir. If you're going to make a bold statement like that, what makes you think that ECU is going to be 14-1? Because ECU has been the captain of the Gong Show for like 3 years now.
What are you talking about? They're the goats, man.
Holy shit.
It's not possible for ECU to play 15 games. The most they could play is 14. That would be going undefeated, winning a conference championship game in a bowl game. They would not go to a playoff. No way.
Why am I ECU Pirates not going to a bowl game?
Well, they got rid of Coach Ruffin, man. Thanks for calling the show. They got rid of Coach Ruffin. That kind of screwed things up a little bit. They shouldn't have got rid of him. He knew what the hell he was doing. Back when they had what was it, Carson and that wide receiver Zay, I think it was Zay Smith that had like 11 catches against South Carolina, but never got into the end zone.
Justin Hardy.
Justin Hardy. There you go. Why am I thinking Zane? Justin Hardy.
I remember going to that game that when we played him in Charlotte, the first game Clowney played in 2011, and Steven Garcia had done something stupid, and Spurrier started Connor Shaw that game, who was sophomore. Garcia was a senior. He benched him, and Connor Shaw was shitting the bed the first quarter of that game, and we were behind 17-0. He caught that Justin Hardy guy two touchdown passes,
right?
And I can't remember the damn quarterback.
I remember it was the first game of the first season with Will Muschamp. East Carolina came to town, and a wide receiver that caught, I don't know, tons of passes. I don't remember who it was, but kind of
they threw the ball around, threw for like 1,000,000 yards, but they couldn't get. They were great between the 20-yard lines, but they couldn't score. I think we won like 20-15 or something, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Yeah. I'm trying now to block everything out of my memory from his time in Columbia, or just not now goddamn associated with him. Okay, we'll just say it was 2015 season.
Is that where we're at now? I mean, you have to go into therapy. I mean, you need some time on the couch. I can imagine you kick back on the couch, arms crossed like this, and it would probably be some little therapist coming up to you saying, "Gamecock football is not your friend, Kale. Why is it that you continue to deal with this thing that is really killing you? It makes your blood pressure go up. Are you aware that Rob Sanders' wife thinks that you're going to have a stroke from one of your post-game meltdowns?"
See, it's that kind of stuff right there. Y'all don't need to. You don't worry about me. I'm good. I got a pill.
Don't worry about him. He says he's not going to have a stroke.
There's 2 little pills in a vial that's in the cabinet. That's only for
what are they?
Like that.
Are they cyanide? I hope it's not cyanide.
No, it's not cyanide. What the hell would I be doing with that in that house? It's
fucking
nitroglycerin pills. Or if you start,
wait, no. You really have nitroglycerin pills at your house?
Yes, sir. You don't?
Fuck no.
I thought everybody did.
How the hell
I thought it was like part of a house, like something you had to have in, like, hot water.
When you get issued your house, like, you go to your house, you find your house, and it comes with some nitroglycerin. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we got shorted in our house. I don't know.
Well, you need to go get in touch with a realtor and tell them, why did we get fucked here?
I want my welcome home basket with my nitroglycerin pills. Jackpot got a set. Why can't I have a set? Delta 900 says nitro or arsenic. He'll either blow himself up or poison himself. That's not a very good thought, sir. Not a very good thought at all. All right, Jackpot. Explain to us why or what happened to you on Wednesday and why we had to forego a show. Even though Jackpot wanted to do it, I just figured it was in the best interest.
No, it was, Wednesday morning, I was running about 5. I always get up right out an hour before I'm supposed to be at work. That gives me enough time. It takes me 30 minutes here to shit, shower, and shave, and 30 minutes to drive to work. Right on time. Yeah. So I was running like 5 minutes late. I ran out the door, and it had been raining here for I don't know what, the past 33 days or something like that. Up to that Wednesday. I don't know. It'd been a lot, but it wasn't raining.
First on Noah's Ark.
Wednesday morning. And the sun had been out on Tuesday. So I thought, we'll be good. I got out there, get to my truck, and I go to back up, and my stepdaughter has parked her Jeep behind my truck because we got 4 cars in the driveway. We have Holly's vehicle. We've got my dad's car that I went and got after he passed away. So it's here. And then my truck, her Jeep, which she usually parks on the street, in front of the house, where she usually parks at. All the time she parks in the street, and I bitch about, God dang, you park over here, and then you get on the grass, and damn, you're killing the grass, and all this. So she started parking in the street. Well, then I get out here, lo and behold, she's parked behind me. And I'm like, what the heck? So I got to go to work. I'm like, I ain't got time to go get the keys, move this Jeep out of the way, and then go, which would have been the smart thing to do. Been all right. It'd been 3 or 4 minutes late, but I'm already running behind. So I get the damn thing, and I'm like, I'm going to cut through the yard here and get on the street because I'll have to turn the Jeep, the truck totally to the left, go up there. I got in the yard, and I made it maybe a third of the way, and the tires start spinning, and I'm damn stuck. I tried to get out. I tried to push the damn thing out. I can't get it out. And the more and more that I tried, the more those tires start spinning, and the more and more I get in the damn mud. And, I'm fucking my yard up right now. So I'm like, hell with this. I get my damn keys to my dad's car and took that to work. I get home that night. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get this damn thing out. So I put 2x4s up under the tires. Don't work. I go get a piece of plywood, put it up underneath the tires, try to wrap on that. Don't work. So by this time, I'm half hot. I'm dirty. It's after 7:30. I've still got a damn truck stuck in the fucking mud in my front yard. It's fixing to start raining again in the middle of the night. So she's like, well, I can put a rope around the back of my Jeep and pull it. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We're not messing with anything else. But yeah, I'm just lost it by this time. So I just got this old guy to come out here and pull me out. And yeah, it was about 9:00, 9:30 by the time he got me out of there. But I was just like, fuck. I'm not in the mood to do a show. I'm not.
So let me make sure I understand this. You got stuck in your own driveway and couldn't get out. So you tried off-road, and that ended up with your truck buried so bad in the mud that you took another car to work, left it there all day, and then you came back to get it out, couldn't get it out, and had to call a tow truck. Was the tow truck laughing at you, sir?
No, hell no. He's won $100. And then I made
that is the most hillbilly thing I've ever heard from you.
Then I made the mistake of I called my insurance company on Friday and I said, I got this receipt from a tow company. I'm like, what do I do? Who do I need to upload this to, or who do I need to email this goddamn receipt to get reimbursed? And he's talking to me. He's like, okay, where did this happen? And what was the address? And I said it was my house. It was my yard. He was like, okay. He's like, so the yard. And I'm like, hold on a minute. And then he's like, yeah, so you can't get covered under roadside assistance if you were stuck in your yard. So unfortunately, we can't cover it.
They had to explain to you since it was in your yard.
Yeah, but it was my yard, and we're beside a road, so it's still roadside assistance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call back tomorrow and just tell them, yeah, I was stuck in a ditch. I don't know. I don't know if you call them. I don't know if they make a notation on your account that, hey, this fucker already called Friday. Beware, Monday, he's probably going to call back and change the story and lie about the location so that he can get $100.
Jackpot, next time that happens, like I didn't ask the whole thing because I could tell just by Jackpot's voice when he called me that he was not happy. I'm just going to go live myself the next time you get stuck in your yard and we know it's going to cost you $100. I'm just going to go on and I'll do the show by myself, and we'll take donations from the folks here to get you your $100 to cover it. That way you don't have to call the insurance company.
Delta 900 says, do I live in a peat bog or a marsh? I don't know what's wrong with this subdivision, but ever since I've been here, the backyard, man, when it rains, I mean, it really gets, really,
shitty.
What the hell am I trying to say here? The damn water just stands out here. It doesn't drain. The drainage is very poor in this entire neighborhood for whatever reason. I don't know. But hell, another thing that's happened that's ticked me off in the past year. So the neighbors next door. So the one lady that's lived over there for years and years and years, she moved last year in like May or June, sold her house and moved. And this single girl moves in with her kids. She builds a fence. They get a big old privacy fence put up, which is cool. It's great. But what does she bring with her besides her kids? She brings 2 fucking dogs that are the size of grown damn ponies, which is nice. They're friendly dogs or whatever they seem to be. But they bark all the time, and they run up to the fence here. So when I let Zigzag go out to play or poop, he has to go to his side of our fence and run up and down the fence line, barking at the dogs across the fence over here on this side. And he has worn out that section. It used to be nice goddamn green grass. It's now just a damn mud pit.
So all right, so now you have a mud pit because of your dog, and you're getting stuck in your yard. By the way, shout out to
he's muddying up the backyard, the truck muddied up the front yard.
Alan donated $5 your way there, Jackpot. Now you only need $95 from the insurance company.
Thank you, Alan.
Make sure you let them know that.
Sir.
I mean, I'm just saying, we're here to help you, Jackpot. So there's that too. I don't know where to go from here. So technically, Jackpot's upset. He's stuck on his driveway. Insurance company says that it's not roadside assistance because it's in his driveway, and his dog has turned his yard into a mud pit on one side because the single lady across the street, her dogs make your dog
next door. It's next door.
Next door. Okay.
Yeah.
How long has she lived there, Jackpot? Was she there when you ran down the street with your Gamecock?
No. Just like since June of last year.
So she didn't see the Final Four run where you grabbed the Gamecock flag and were running and your shorts fell down and all that.
I don't think anybody saw that except for the folks on YouTube and Facebook. It's out there. It's still on the channel.
It's still out there somewhere. Yeah. Well,
there is a lot of content on this channel. People just go search back through it. I mean, it goes all the way back. The beginnings of this channel, the Genesis, first videos posted on here is from 2011.
So you're like a 10-year pro.
Yeah. Well, there's only 2 videos there from 2011. I actually really started them more around 2013-ish.
Yeah.
Is when I started with the tickets. And then we introduced football into it a little bit, probably along 2015, 2016. So it's been some good stuff on there.
All right, phone lines are open. Thanks to Alan for contributing to Kale's his bill there. I got nothing on that, but I want to show this Cam Newton video. Have you seen this Cam Newton video yet, Jackpot?
Yes, I did. I watched it.
All right, I'm going to show this to the folks here, and then we could talk about this. People get kids are crazy nowadays. Let's see if we can play this video really quick here. And share it with the fine folks here. This video is kind of silly, but we'll go ahead and show it to you here. Check this out. So this is from Cam Newton's football camp today. Cam Newton, remember, has won a Heisman Trophy, was a #1 overall pick, was the NFL MVP 5 years ago, and now kids are doing this to him at his own football camp.
You ass. You're a free agent. You're a free agent, Rich. You're a free agent. You about to be pulled. I'm rich. You about to be pulled. I'm rich. You about to be pulled. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. He's a free agent. Where your daddy is? Let me talk to your dad. Let me talk to your dad. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You ass. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad? Where's your pop? You ass. You ass.
Jackpot, have you ever seen a quarterback get more disrespected by a bunch of kids?
No, I mean, and be honest with you, there's so much talking in the background. Half that's inaudible as hell. But first off, why are they having a football camp during school? I thought that was a summertime thing. I don't know.
I think they do football camps in like February and stuff, but I don't know.
On the weekend?
Maybe.
I don't know, but I mean, do you have to be? Is that like a thing you get invited to, or is that what?
I think
high school kids, I assume.
Yeah, I don't know. It was sad that.
Well, they said something. Did that? Who was it? Who said go get your pops?
That was Newton. Newton was telling him, "Go get your pops. I want to talk to your dad."
Oh, okay. I thought they were telling him something about his pops because remember his pops was the one that. What I mean, what the hell happened with him?
Yeah, his dad took money and at Auburn, et cetera.
Mississippi State or something, didn't they? They did something.
Yeah, Dan Mullen and those guys at Mississippi State, if I remember correctly, turned him in, and because he was supposed to go there, and the NCAA let him play. How many points you think the Gamecocks would have lost to him if he didn't play to Auburn? I mean, you lost what, 56-7 or something? Would you? How many
56-17.
Do you think that they would have? You think you would have won if he didn't play?
Who's the backup? I don't know who the quarterback would have been there. Gosh, you're talking about a decade ago plus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good question, but the reason I'm saying
he was their whole offense. So
you could call him Scam Newton. Then everybody else did because you could say he scammed you out of an SEC title. We
probably
go
so.
with that.
I mean, I doubt they would have even been there if it hadn't been for him. So.
Yeah,
You got that to look at. Well, I think Alabama was kind of down that year, though. If I remember correctly, they were down in Willie B. I know that.
Well, anyway, that was kind of disgusting. Silliness on that part. That kid is he looks like he's about 16 at best. So he probably didn't remember Cam winning the MVP 5 years ago.
Probably not.
So,
and when Cam was winning a national championship, he was still pooping in diapers and running around being a little shit, which apparently he's not too far removed from that right now.
Yeah, interesting stuff with that. Well, a couple of SEC baseball notes. South Carolina starts the season 3-0. Gamecocks sweep Dayton right the hell on out of Columbia. Did you watch any of the games, Cale?
No, I didn't watch any of it. I followed a little bit of it on the radio, but no, I didn't see that on TV.
Clemson's opened up their series with Cincinnati. They swept them right on out of Doug Kingsmore. They're 3-0. So now it's South Carolina and Clemson next week in the big baseball rivalry jackpot. One game in Clemson.
This seems seems to be too early to be playing this to me. It should be in a couple of weeks.
And I'm saying this now. You need to don't go get the nitroglycerin pills, but it's a COVID year jackpot. They had to rework the schedule.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you want to get it in. You want to get this series in because who the hell knows what's going to be going on in April? Who's multiple teams probably will have games canceled. So,
yeah.
All right.
Well, there's that. But so now this coming, I don't think anybody has a midweek game. Let me make sure here. South Carolina, I think they've taken a lot of this.
Megan says, I've been out of the loop, crap pipe. Fill me on how many coaches left or decommits you had this week. None, actually. How many arrests have y'all had this week?
By the way, just for the record here, we are having our arrest challenge here. And what I mean by that is that it seems like every year we have one school that stands out and has the most arrests. So we're keeping up with that. So just so you know, because those are the reason we're doing that is because those schools claim that they run the absolute most crystal clear programs ever. And in reality, the majority of their players are getting arrested in the offseason. This is the big time for that, where coaches are like, oh my God, just stay in your dorm room till you get out of here. That's how it basically is right now.
900 says, is the Clemson USC series here or in Clemson? No, you play one.
I've got it up here for you now. South Carolina will play Winthrop this week. Then Friday at 4:00. These games are at all afternoon games, Jackpot. Normally have a night game, but not this year. At Clemson, 4:00. Greenville at 4:00 on up at where the Greenville Drive play. That's on 4:00 on Saturday, and then 1:30 on Sunday they will play at Seth Beer Park in downtown Columbia. Because Seth Beer still owns that bitch.
Oh yeah, how's he doing?
He's in a AAA club for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He'll be in the major leagues this year. Don't worry, Jackpot. We can get you a sweater if you.
How rusty are those fuckers going to be? The guys they didn't play at all last year, so that's going to be interesting.
I don't know. The guys in the minor leagues, they didn't really have a chance. I think a lot of them may have played in the fall league or whatever. They may have went down to some guys went down into like South America and played. I heard about that.
That's odd.
Kirk wants to know if we would eat 50 pieces of Hooters wings between the two of us. I think so. We could probably knock that out.
Over
or under. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot of wings.
Yeah. Eric Twyman says dog turds have the most arrests usually. They're definitely a part of the 14 playoff for arrests every year.
They're in the hunt right now. They're the if we were doing basketball seedings, they'd be a number 1 seed. They've already got one.
Samuel Pate says it's hard to choose for South Carolina. I'm trying to read some of your comments, sir, and most of them are funny and comical, and then they get to be a little bit much after you've left 50 of them. But that one, I don't understand. It's hard to choose for South Carolina. What does that mean? Explain.
Are you asking me? I don't know. I don't speak that dialect of hillbilly. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway,
hard to choose for. Okay, choose what?
I don't know. I don't know what
I don't get it. Anyway,
I don't get it. Anyway, yeah. So there's that. Both those teams, and South Carolina will play Winthrop on Tuesday. Clemson
is that in Rock Hill or Rock Thrill, or is it in Columbia?
Rock. Is it in Rock Thrill? Rock Thrill. Hello, Jaden the Bug. It's at Seth Beer Park in Columbia.
Okay.
So there's that. The little bit that I watched of the South Carolina team, they looked really good. I don't know how good Dayton is. It's the same way with Clemson. I don't know how good Cincinnati is. I do think I know the pitcher that Clemson faced on Friday night was ranked as like the 43rd best prospect in the country. So apparently he was a guy that could do some things, but Clemson needed extra innings today to beat Cincinnati. So I don't know if they're anything to write home about yet, to be honest. So we'll see.
Time will tell. I listened to a little bit of that one today on the radio. I was surprised to a couple of those names on there are familiar, but I mean it seems like it's been forever ago since we had college baseball. What did we had 3 weeks of the season last year, and then they canceled it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you'd like to call the show this evening, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. And what's that, buddy?
I know Teodosido is still on the team. Bryce Teodosido.
Yeah, Teodosio?
Teodosido is what I call him. I always find little plays on the names for Clemson players. You know.
Cody says the Gamecocks caught 2 L's this week from Tennessee and in week 1 in baseball when they come to Knoxville. Yeah, I'm wondering who'll break the streak first. Will it be women's hoops, men's hoops, or baseball or football?
It's probably going to be baseball because we're probably going to break it off in them.
You think so?
I do. They're not good in baseball.
They were picked to finish. I think they were picked to finish ahead of the Gamecocks in the East.
Bullshit.
I can look at the SEC coaches poll right now.
Look that up. I don't believe that, but I mean, I'm saying you're a liar, but
no, I mean, and once again, I could be wrong. We'll check it out here. Yeah, 2021 SEC preseason coaches poll. Here it is, right here.
They're normally due to confirm.
Yes, in the East Division, they picked Florida number 1, Vanderbilt number 2. Tennessee number 3, South Carolina number 4.
Oh, whatever. They must be paying people. It's like they were doing in damn football. They're cheating in that too. It's going to catch up with them.
So did they send all of the SEC coaches that voted in this poll? Did they send them McDonald's bags full of Big Macs and cash?
I don't know. I don't even think that you'd even have to. I don't even think you'd have to go McDonald's. You wouldn't even have to go that fancy to get a damn Tennessee a kid from Tennessee to commit to the Vols for baseball. I mean, it might just be a damn, I don't know, a Hardee's bag, a can of dip.
Well, to buy off the SEC coaches, I mean,
in there, we're ready to go.
Well, if you want to buy off the SEC coaches, there's little things you can do. I mean, get an analytics book and send that to Mark Kingston. That's good enough for him. He'll vote for you. I mean, just saying.
Okay.
All right. Final thing we'll go over here before we get out of here.
Talk about the Shane Beamer video from last night.
That's what I wanted to go over. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Jackpot put out a video last night. It was talking about CBS Sports said that Shane Beamer was a C hire for the Gamecocks. I think they were just I had to go and find the article, but I was like, man, they are straight trolling the damn Jackpot here.
So I'm just reading comments here. Brock Lee said, I think South Carolina caught more L's than Jalen Brooks caught footballs.
Cody's on fire. He says our baseball coach is elite.
What makes him elite?
For you? Is he going to get out there and hit and field for you? I wonder about that. Jason Raines wants to know, who is Shane Beamer? He's a home run hire.
He don't you say it, damn it. I don't argue the fact that it's not the flashiest hire, but I think it's a solid hire that makes sense. And I don't, I'm okay with giving it a C or C plus, C, whatever, float your boat there with that. But when you're sitting here giving, we're giving Burt Bielema an A- grade. Come on, man. Butch Jones, a B? Really? Terry Bowden? Give me a break now.
So you were worried about you don't think they gave Shane Beamer enough love, right?
I don't think they gave him enough love, and I think they gave too much love to guys who aren't proven, and guys who have lost at a high level. At other places, it would have been like putting the Will Muschamp hire at South Carolina 5 years ago, or whatever the fuck it was, as a B plus hire. It would have been about that level of clown.
Well, I remember when they hired Will Muschamp, they point blank said that that was a C hire too. So, I mean, there's that. But I guess the thing with me though is that I just had the feeling from the beginning that Will Muschamp was a screw up, whereas you can't really put that on Shane Beamer yet because he hasn't had a chance to screw up yet.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is Shane Beamer has at least been associated with winners where he's been. I mean, he's worked under some really good head coaches. So, those you got to think those habits have rubbed off on him, and maybe he's just a good melting pot of all those guys. I hope so. Anyway, that's why I'm perfect. Muschamp, I never liked that hire to begin with, and I'll sit here in retrospect and say that and that's. Don't think that I'm sitting here in retrospect saying that. It's like, oh, you're saying that because you ended up being a fuck up, just trying to make yourself look smart. I never really was a huge fan of the hire, but I tried to do the decent and mature thing as a fan and support him as long as I could. Because last night in the video, I said, ultimately, I'm not going to sit here and bitch and whine about the hire because it's not going to fucking matter. If he ends up being a shithead and not being a good head coach, all I can do is say, well, look, I was right. I'm the smartest man in the world. It still doesn't change the fortunes of my football team and the fact that they'll suck. And then if I'm wrong, I'll look like an idiot too. So that's a lose-lose situation. There's no room for negativity. Just try to stay positive with it. And I tried to stay positive with Muschamp as long as I could. But the first game of the 2019 season, when they blew that game against North Carolina, man, I was out the damn door. My bags were packed.
James Thompson's already being positive. He says, give him time and he will screw it up, sir.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. It's also possible is he wins some games and turns the fortunes around. You got a lot of work to do. It's not going to be easy.
Jason says he's a UT fan. He can absolutely not say shit on football coaching hires. Jason's a very smart individual after the stuff that's happened up there at Tennessee. Wow. 803-470-2905. Last call for calls this evening. Jackpot. Scott was talking about FCS football. Your team in the spring that you picked, the Furman Paladins, they broke it off on Western Carolina, winning 35-7.
Yeah, they did. They look good too. I was impressed. Could have given up a score late, didn't. Held Western that one touchdown. Western's not bad football program. They haven't been, but I didn't know that it had been 10 years. They've only had one winning record. So they're kind of the punching bag down there in old Southern Conference.
The Catamounts. Wofford, they won over Mercer 31-14. Games this week for people that care. Wofford plays Chattanooga. I'm looking for the Furman matchup. I don't know if Furman plays VMI. I think that VMI is going to get popped. VMI is not that good. So Kale's team
VMI is weak, and VMI was in the Southern Conference, and then they moved out. They were in like the Big South or something for a decade or so, and now they're back in the Southern Conference, but they can't compete. They're not good at football or basketball, either one, it doesn't look like.
They're not really good at anything, to be honest with you. No, I'm just being honest. I'm trying to find something VMI is good at, and I don't see it, man. They're just fencing.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just going on. Western Carolina, I mean, they used to have a solid program back in the early 80s. They did.
Yeah.
I remember them coming to South Carolina a couple of times in the back when Todd Ellis played, when we were cycling in. But Western Carolina, I don't know if you would remember this, but they had a coach named Bob Waters. He was the coach there for probably 20 years or so, and he was old then. This is in like 86, 87, probably 86-ish. And I remember us playing them, and they came out on the field, and he had cancer too. And but he was still coaching the team, and I remember them bringing him out on a wheelchair. He was sitting in a wheelchair and bringing him to the sideline, and they had a special a podium thing built for him, and they had I got a couple of graduate assistants or whatever, actually lifted this man's wheelchair up and set him on the podium to coach the football game from up there.
It's amazing the things that you remember that I just don't.
Well, I don't think Clemson played Western Carolina then. I'm not sure what they played all their cream puffs in conference back then.
Well, they play one at the end of the season every year too, right before they go to the ACC championship game. So
you can leave
that out of it.
Leave that out of there.
I don't know when Clemson's going to play basketball again. I don't know. We'll find that out. They're in a COVID pause. I'll be on the Brad Brownell teleconference, or no, it's a Zoom conference now. It used to be a teleconference, but now it's a Zoom conference. I'll be on that tomorrow, and we'll figure out what Brad Brownell is going to tell us about COVID and how long it's going to affect his program.
Brad Brownell just seems like a really boring individual. I don't know.
Dude, he is very boring. It's like we'll sit there, right? And they only allot it's supposed to be 10 minutes. Okay. Mm-hmm. His are always a little bit longer than that. And he's always trying to educate us on something. And he'll say things like, COVID-19 has affected our ability to get up and down the court, and we're having problems with running. And we're just in kind of a holding stage right now. I'm not sure when we'll ever play again, but it can affect your program if you are not playing. I mean, and it's like, oh, God, just answer our questions, dude. Tell us why John Newman III is now the 4th string point guard. Tell us why that happens. He was like a 3rd-team All-ACC player last year. Tell us why Amir Sims, who seems like he's a good player, for some reason forgets how to rebound in the second half. I mean, tell us that. I mean, that's what we really want to know, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't want.
Well, at least he's not a jackass like old Beak up there at Duke, telling some damn kid, "Hey, well, what's your major here?" Whatever the hell he said to him that.
That was he looks like the Count from Sesame Street. He does. If you look at him, he looks like the Count from Sesame Street that's gotten his face kicked in and then made to go do a press conference. That's what Mike.
I don't like. He just looks like a dick.
I was happy when South Carolina beat them. This is back before Frank Martin turned into Uncle Fester, when he was still out there in his nice Miami suit and had a good basketball team. But South Carolina has beat him down.
Back when Thornwell was out.
Yeah, when Thornwell was out. Remember the song Patches by Chairman of the Bourne? The tides of life have just beat me down, son. That's what the Gamecock basketball program has done to Frank Martin. He was once a proud man. Now he's Uncle Fester.
Yeah.
Your program has ruined him, Cale.
Yeah, kind of like our football program ruined Will Muschamp.
No, he was ruined before he got here. He was already like an extra set of pig feet in a pickle jar that they just polished up and sent out there. He wasn't worth the shit. Y'all didn't ruin him. You've ruined Frank Martin. He is done. He may go coach at VMI now.
There's a thought. We probably turn them around.
Yeah, VMI won like 3 games last year. They may win 6.
Wow.
Jason says Coach K looks like a dude that smokes Maverick cigarettes and runs a title loan quick cash. Oh shit. Wow. That might be the way to end the show.
I didn't know they even made Maverick cigarettes anymore, so I just got educated on something.
Well, I'm of the opinion if you're gonna smoke, I'll respect you a lot more as a smoker if you're smoking Maverick cigarettes or Camel non-filters. Anything else, you're not really a complete smoker. You're kind of bitching it up there with these big long filters and stuff. I mean, take the Newports and break off the filter and just smoke it that way. If you're gonna smoke it right. You used to smoke, right, Cale?
I did. I quit in 2009. Damn, best decision I ever made.
Well, I mean, they're like $8 a pack now. If you smoke now, you're either rich or stupid, or maybe both.
Yeah. I packed on some pounds though. I when I quit, I probably gained like 15 pounds within that next year, and steadily gaining ever since. We're going to get that under control sometime. Just don't know when.
Head coach looks like he's guilty of having a good time with his secretary. Look at Brock throwing shade there. All right, so yeah, my daughter was throwing shade at us today too. So I'll explain this before we get out of here. I'm going to do a weightlifting competition, Cale. I don't know if I told you about that, but my buddy Joe did one yesterday, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to go and check it out. So we get there, right, and my daughter, we see it and all that stuff, and we're talking about it at dinner tonight, and then we're talking about the physics of it and things like that. And I was telling her that, in the deadlift, which is the event I'm going to compete in, if you're short, you don't have to lift the weight as far. And quick as a hiccup, well, then you won't have any problems, Dad. Yeah. Thanks for that, honey. All right. Anyway, Wednesday we'll look at the South Carolina Clemson matchup. We'll talk about the next person to decommit from Tennessee, because it's probably going to happen, or the next Georgia arrest.
What's going to happen next? A Tennessee decommitment or a Georgia arrest? Probably a Tennessee decommitment.
Maybe. I don't know. They're never know with Georgia. But anyway, we'll get into that. And got to start talking about spring football soon because Clemson's spring practice starts in like 10 days, I think, something like that. So
it's coming. It's coming.
You can smell it from Jackpot's house. right next to the mud pit in his backyard. With that, the show's a wrap.